Hey everybody, Atomic Creations here, and today I'm going to be going over a bunch of reasons on why I think school is a nightmare, and partially why I dropped out. Now, don't use this as an example as to why you should drop out to your parents or whatever. I do not endorse that. I just had different scenarios than you did. I had different outcomes, so don't use me as an example. I am not going to defend you if your parents yell at you. Anyways, so without further ado, let's get into why I think school is hell, and the lowest level of hell according to this chart. Anyways, number one, I hate waking up. Now, I am a night person. I am not good at waking up in the morning, and I don't like waking up in the morning. It's always too bright, too loud, and nobody will shush about it. I usually stay up until 2 or 4 a.m., depending on how I feel. So when I wake up at around 6, I only get 4 to 2 hours of sleep. And some of you might say, well, why don't you just take, like, NyQuil or something? I only take NyQuil when I'm sick, because of, like, a personal reason. So, yeah. I don't like waking up at all. Anyways, let's get to going and winter. I'm lumping these together. Now, going itself isn't too bad, but when you're waiting for the bus, like I had to for a bunch of years, then that is a nightmare. The bus itself is not that bad. Like, sure, there's annoying people, but we'll get there. But I have to take the bus, even in winter, because winter sucks and it's cold. That's why I'm lumping these together. Going and winter is just a nightmare. Because you gotta wait for the bus in the freezing weather with your jacket, hoping you're not getting hypothermia or something. And then you just gotta wait. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks a lot. And, well, let's move on to the classes themselves. Classes usually aren't that bad, I'm not gonna lie. But with the classes I've had, specifically in something like 1st or 6th grade, that was terrible. Seriously. Like, okay, I personally am against what schools teach. Like, nowadays, you don't need math, you don't need science to succeed in the world. I'm sure as heck not using them when I'm doing this. You just gotta learn how to control your swearing. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Basically, you don't need what the schools teach you. Now, I'm not saying drop out. I am not endorsing that much. I'm just saying that if you're... Well, we'll get to that. Like, if you're annoyed and suffering because of it, then it's okay to drop out. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Classes themselves aren't too bad, just the teachers and the people inside them can be very annoying. Like, I'm not against the idea of a class, I'm just against the idea of how they do classes. Anyways, lunch options. I hate the lunch options. Now, this is definitely not an everybody thing, but for me, the lunch options in my schools, especially, were terrible. I don't know if it's just a New Mexico thing, but seriously, those lunches were shit. They were terrible, they were egregious, they gave me diarrhea at several points, so yeah. Like, if you have the ability to, bring your own lunch. Seriously. At least then you know what you're getting into. Anyways, now let's move on to bullies and teacher bullies. Again, lumping these together. Bullies and teacher bullies are the main reasons that nobody likes school. Well, one of the main reasons. Now, school itself is fine. Jerks inside school can suck it. Regular bullies first. They are the ones who steal your stuff, wedgie you, give you swirlies, etc. They give the physical abuse, and sometimes mental. But you may be thinking, where's the other half of that coin? That's where the teacher bullies come in. They're the ones with all the power, so they can do basically whatever they want without getting in trouble as long as it's not on camera. They're the ones that will give you ridiculous assignments, lie and say that you didn't do those assignments even though you clearly did and got an A, And they'll tell ridiculous stories about you on the playground. Like you dropping your trousers even though you haven't done that in public a day in your life. If you can't tell, I really hate this part. My first grade teacher was a teacher bully, and I have been semi-traumatized by that ever since. And that's why I hate school so much. Final nail in the coffin. Anyway. Let's move on to socializing. I am an introvert, personally. So, yeah, I don't like socializing with people. Socializing is not my forte, as you can probably tell. So, anytime I'm forced to socialize, I'm always really awkward, and I just don't like it. And school is nothing but socializing, so you can tell why I hate it. Anyways, that one kind of made me laugh for some reason. Anyway, moving on to break options. Now you might be kind of confused, saying, why are you talking about the break options? Just hear me out on this one. I never personally liked the break options that they gave us, because usually they involve socializing, and you know how I feel about that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against the concept, I'm just against doing it. Anyway, so socialization. It's really not that big a deal, it's just I personally hate doing it. And the break option, I got totally off track. The break options, I was supposed to be talking about the break options. Dang it. Well, added blooper. Anyway, break options. You might be thinking, why are you talking about the break options? Well, most of them involve socializing, and you know how I feel about that. Probably already made this point, but my brain works like a tuna. Anyway, next up, another lumped together, school Wi-Fi, lag, and school PCs. Now, school computers and other stuff aren't that bad, but the Wi-Fi is what truly gets them. It's annoying, a pain in the tuchus, and it's just not something I like to deal with. Like, school PCs in general are fine, the restrictions are a little bit nutty, but other than that, it's okay. Now, let's move on. Well, that's it, actually. This has been all the reasons I hate school, from waking up to the Wi-Fi. So, give this video a like if you enjoyed, give me a subscribe if you haven't, because subscribing and liking help the channel a lot. Ring the bell if you like this channel and want to know when new content comes out. I do pretty much everything from readings to gameplay to all kinds of things. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. Feel free to give me ideas on what to do in the comments below, or share with me some of your own school hatred stories. Anyways, this has been Atomic Creations, bidding you all farewell. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.